Keys and kind of the strides he's been making this year?
Yeah, obviously losing Chad, a lot of guys were going to have to step up, and I think he's a guy the last couple of weeks has had probably his best practices of the year, and I think it's translated to games, and that's something I've really tried to sell to him is, if you practice that way, you'll get the rewards in the game, and he's obviously played probably his best game of the season at SC. I think it meant a lot to him. Being in front of family and had a lot of connections with those guys. And he competed hard and competed every rep, whether he was blocking or running routes. He made plays, and I know there was a couple plays he wishes he probably could get back, but I was proud of him. I thought he grew up a lot in that game.
On top of being home and in front of family and friends, that may have been the best secondary you faced. Is he the kind of guy that you think rises to those kind of challenges?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's the kind of thing he's going to do every week. Just being consistent is something we've talked about a bunch. Is just bringing the same effort, the same mentality, the same effort. Effort being a big thing every single play, and I think. He realizes that. Again, he's a true freshman, and we're relying on true freshmen, guys that having to learn to play the position and play it at a different level and do it consistently every play. And I think he's starting to see that stuff, and it obviously paid off for him on last Thursday.
That can be a hard thing for freshmen just to get that consistency. Is that the next step for him to find that, or do you see something else there that's the next level for him?
I think that's. Every day we find one thing to get better at, whether it's whether it's stick and transition routes, whether it's a particular block, whatever it is on that that day. I think we always find that one thing until we master it. We're going to still work on that one thing, and I think he mastered a couple things, in the last few weeks, and he's taken that next step. And again, it all comes down to him and just trusting the coaching and trusting the technique, and he does, and he's working his butt off right now, and I think. He'll continue to get better these last few games, and you'll see huge strides just every week.
And you see a position change for Zion Eccles, and he's coming over to you, and I see you're pretty hands-on with him during the walkthroughs and everything. How do you feel like that's going so far?
It's going well. Zion's a guy that I recruited, and I was able to see a lot from him at different positions. They're high school, they threw it to him a lot. So playing slot was not new to him. He's a guy that we thought could play slot or running back. And with some of the injuries we've had this year, we thought he would be a great fit to that role we're trying to do with the Ys, with Mel and Bug, and those guys that they're playing that position. And he's done great. Again, he's another guy just building consistency and just he learning just how to practice and transition perfect practice stuff every day. Not taking that rep off or that day off. And he's done a great job trying to do that as well, just like all the other guys.
Do you think he has a chance to play the rest of this year? Or?
I don't know. It just depends. We're always going to put him and the team in the best situation to be successful, and again, it just comes down to what the situation's like on Saturdays from here on out. He's a guy that's been traveling, so he's learning the ropes in terms of how to handle the hotel and handle nights before the game and things of that nature. So we'll see. Never can tell on that deal. So we'll just kind of keep playing it and seeing how it kind of plays out on Saturday.
Yeah. On that, with the freshman, how do you feel Duncan is progressing?
Duncan played his most football on last Thursday just because of Chad and a couple of injuries, moved easy outside. And so Jordan played, I think, about 35 snaps versus USC and did well. Again, I'm one of those guys that's never perfect. There's always stuff to get better at. So I think there's, just like I talked with Mel, a couple things out there that probably would like to have back. But another guy just, again, learning to play the position and, relying on true freshmen, especially against the teams we're playing every week. We're putting a lot on their plate, and I think they're handling it well and as good as they can handle it. And he's another guy, just like Demetrius, you see him stay out here and trying to work to get better at the little things, and I think, that'll pay off for him as the season goes along, obviously in the spring ball and the next year too.
So Chad was practicing a little bit. Has it been good for him to not play at all during games to get that situation healthier?
Obviously he's missed. That's one thing with Chad. It's just unfortunate that we haven't had him the last couple of weeks. But again, that's part of the position. We're a next man up mentality team, and the next guy up is going to have to fill his shoes. And I think we've had some guys step up and do that stuff. Again, ready, obviously to get him back. Just had another weapon to the arsenal, and we'll see. I didn't see him today. I was so wrapped up in my inside guys, I didn't see if I knew he was out there today. Obviously, I think he's starting to feel better and get back to his old self, and that'll be something that'll be great, moving forward.
How's the team's confidence level coming into this game this weekend?
I think as good as it's going to be. I mean, I think we're a team. Win, lose, draw, whatever it is, you have to bury it on Sunday either way, and we're ready. I mean, we're at home. I mean, we've played well at home all year, and I think that's the way we got to treat it. Is we're going to play our best ball regardless, home or away. But we've obviously played a little bit better at home, and I think that's something our guys take pride in. We practice in the stadium every day, and I think they're familiar with it and comfortable with it, and we're ready to go. Just throw all our bullets and see what happens.
Crazy schedule this year with all these night games. Do the players care about that?
In my opinion, no. I mean, I think they play under the lights on Friday. I don't know really the big difference. I personally don't have a preference either way. I'm just glad we're playing. But I know there's been a couple years we felt like we didn't have a single night game, and this year we have a lot. But I think they're ready to go, and I've never heard any complaints or anything. If they have, they've never told me. Just ready to get them. Whether it's 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, I think they're ready to go, whatever it is. Good.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.